The sidewalk felt unusually uneven tonight, though maybe that was just my converse being overworked. Lecture notes fluttered in my brain. Was Aristotle right about virtue? Or was he just making stuff up? Deep thoughts for midnight. But then the light disappeared. Not flickered. Disappeared. Like someone unplugged the world. A low hum began, resonating in my chest, like the bass drop of an experimental techno track. I should have been terrified, but all I could think about was how the sound reminded me of the time my neighbor's subwoofer blew out during a house party. Strange how those thoughts pop in. Something cold slid around my arm. A tentacle? No, wait. It was more metallic? Before I could finish debating whether to scream, a sharp tug yanked me off my feet. Now I was in a room, a round, glowing room. It reminded me of those neon moon lamps they sell online. Two beings stood before me, pale, gangly figures whose faces were all eyes and no mouths. One was taller, like an ominous beanpole, while the other had the vibe of a disgruntled eggplant. The eggplant one grunted, or no, more like it thrummed, a low noise that reverberated in my ribs. The taller one responded with a melodic hum, and they both turned toward me with a single, synchronized twitch of their heads. Okay, cool, I said aloud, even though they didn't seem the talking type. So, am I dreaming, or did I finally get my first abduction experience? Because I've got a theory on why UFO sightings peaked in the 80s, and it involves Reaganomics. A beam of light hit me, cutting off my rant. My skin tingled. My brain didn't. Then it did. A lot. The light wasn't light, I realized. It was some kind of probe. My brain clocked this immediately because of the way it buzzed, not just outside but inside my skull. A machine was trying to read my mind. Poor machine. I could feel it struggling. It latched onto a thought about something, but then I remembered I left a granola bar in my backpack. Was it still good? Oh, wait. When's that philosophy paper due again? If I turn it in late, I could say my Wi-Fi went out, but oh, that summer I ate too many peaches and got a rash. What was I thinking? And why are peaches fuzzy? That's weird. The machine stuttered. Its glow dimmed like a dying bulb. The taller being jolted, its body shuddering like a wind-blown reed. The eggplant one thrashed, grabbing its head in what looked like agony. Their hums escalated into a cacophony of discordant noise, and I wondered briefly if they were singing off-key on purpose. Sorry, I muttered, though I wasn't sure why. The light intensified again, fighting to re-establish its grip on my mind. But my thoughts only sped up. Dostoevsky! I shouted internally. Pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence and a deep heart. That was dramatic. Wait, should I get bangs? No, bad idea. Oh shoot, Aristotle, or was I on peaches? Something cracked. The eggplant's head flickered like a glitching hologram, and the beanpole dropped to its knees. Their hums dissolved into a sound so raw it was almost pitiful. The machine sparked. Smoke poured from it as the light collapsed entirely. I sat there for a moment, staring. I said, scratching my nose. Are you guys okay? Should I? Both beings vanished in a flash of blue light, leaving behind only the acrid smell of burnt circuits. The room flickered and dimmed. Then, nothing. For a second, I panicked. How was I supposed to get home? My phone had no signal, of course, and I couldn't find a door. There wasn't even a window, just me, sitting in a dead spaceship surrounded by an eerie quiet. Then, I started laughing. It was all so absurd. I, of all people, had broken something again, just by existing. Not that this was new for me. This wasn't the first thing I'd ruined without even trying, though it was probably the weirdest. My laughter turned into a snort. So much for abducting an easy target, huh? I said to the empty room. And then it hit me. What if they never came back? What if I was stuck here forever? Could I fly a spaceship? Definitely not. Would they send another crew? If so, would the next group bring snacks? My thoughts spiraled, each more ridiculous than the last, until I was giggling again. Eventually, I leaned back against the glowing wall and sighed. Guess Aristotle would call this a learning experience. The silence didn't respond.